Hey Brad, how have you seen AI consultants use AI for their back office operations?
Um, so a lot of back office. Here's the fun part of AI is that we found that with AI you can actually do things that you wouldn't normally do. So many companies are like, "Hey, I don't really want to, or I know I should be doing this, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have time." So, for example, like resumes, reviewing resumes of people coming in. A lot of times people just screening the resumes high level, but using AI, you can take that resume and actually match it to a LinkedIn profile and see how much it matches, like their response, which most, you'd be surprised, many applicants don't have things that are matching.
Hmm.
Um, that's one example. Or you might say, hey, I'm going to use AI to review my finances when you know you should review your finances, but when it's just like a couple clicks, and you can take a spreadsheet, a P&L. We're like, hey, we've actually taken a P&L and thrown it in there and said, hey, give me an estimate of the three biggest risks over the next 2 years based on our P&L. It's like, how often are you going to do that? Like, normally people would think, hey, I got to hire a consulting firm or I have to create an engagement. But instead, it's like, hey, just throw it in. Obviously, do use a private model so you don't destroy your data or give wrong access to your data. But things like that you wouldn't normally do. AI all of a sudden allows us to do it and become smarter and better at what we're doing.
Gotcha. So currently, like right now, what can AI consultants create for back office operations that you just have not seen done before?
I think that that P&L one is something that I haven't seen a lot of people do before. Not like a smaller group, smaller team. One really fascinating thing we do, we've started putting into place is like lead scoring. That's one thing that many people should be doing. Scoring all these leads that are coming in, where they're coming from, and with a lead score, you create like your own scoring of how the kind of target customer you like. Like no one does it, but everyone knows it's a great thing to do. They just don't have time to put it in. That's one thing that we're seeing some people do because we have some companies that we're working with. They have tons of leads and their salespeople. They spend a quarter of their time just going through bad leads or bad people or bad leads coming in, and using kind of a lead scoring model and a system that way. It's like way more efficient, and now all of a sudden the salespeople are just focusing on those they care about instead of bad leads that they get an extra quarter of their day back every single day, and that starts adding up.
Hmm. I mean, you're kind of telling me that there's a lot of things that AI obviously can do for back office operations, but as the landscape currently sits, is there anything that AI can't do yet for AI for back office operations?
Um, the biggest limitator, biggest limiting factor, I think, with AI is the integrations into all these systems, right? Like you can't say, "Hey AI, go into my QuickBooks and do this," and now go into my LinkedIn profile and or my Indeed account and create a bunch of um, resumes automatically and just go do it. Right now, AI is really limited by how it's connected to all of our systems, and that interconnection between systems is pretty critical in our operations because we use so many different hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of different softwares to integrate all of our businesses. AI, that's one big thing it is not done well because it's not designed to do that necessarily. And we may seem, I know there's some startups that are trying to work on that problem, but that's not going away anytime that soon.